July 27th, 2020. Actually, it might be the 28th. It's almost 2 in the morning. It's probably the 28th of July, 2020. I've been sitting here stitching on part 4 of my current art series, and I had a lot of thoughts rambling through my head that I just want to get on a video about my beliefs and how I came to what I believe. Because introspection. I spend a lot of time in introspection. What do I believe? Where do my beliefs come from? I examine what I think and how I see the world regularly. And I've come to the conclusion that my beliefs are based on decisions. Everything we live in our life is a result of our beliefs and our decisions. Every thought, every idea is a choice. You can pick it up or you can leave it. And our reality, everything we create in our life, is the culmination of our decisions, our choices, what we have chosen to pick up and what we have chosen to put down. And my beliefs are based on spirituality, politics, philosophy, the world I live in, culture. We have cultural beliefs. We have beliefs and ideas about everything. Many of them are subconscious until we begin introspection and taking a look and seeing, oh, wait a minute, I didn't even realize I think that. Like, I'll have conversations with people throughout the day and I'll come home and I'll be like, why did you say that? That's not what you think. And then I'll stop and go, well, what do I think? Maybe I do believe that. If I said it, I must believe it. I must mean it. Because I'm always standing in my highest integrity in every moment. So maybe in that moment, the culmination of the situation and my ideas and my thoughts and my emotional reactions, obviously that's where I was in that moment. That was my truth in that moment. So if I said that, and I'll literally just sit here for an hour just thinking along, like deep like that. And I realize that most people don't do that. Most people don't take 10 minutes in silence, let alone hours like I do, just to examine their own thought processes. Not even what you think, but how you think. And so I'm getting used to, the further I go down this path, I'm getting used to being misunderstood at every turn. Because most people, depending on where they are, they're in a certain mode. If you're at work, you're in work mode. If you're at home, you're with your family, you're more relaxed, but you're in family mode. If you're on Facebook, you're in whatever mode you're in. People use it for all different things. So even just that one platform, you're gonna get somebody that's only there about politics, or only there about social issues, or only there to connect with their friends. And then whatever happens to come up, they're, I'm learning that there must be better platforms for me. There must be a space where I can go and express myself and be received with an understanding that I am all of it at once. I'm philosophical, I'm spiritual, I'm political, I'm social, I'm cultural, all of it at the same time. And I look at everything through a prism of these different glasses, And I see so clearly that that's why I'm misunderstood over and over all day long. Because I am of love. I love people. I love humans. And I look at things from a perspective 3 levels back. Like there'll be this issue and everyone's all on this issue. And I'm like way back here seeing that issue and that one and how they interact and how everyone is acting around it and what that's making them do in their lives. And I'm looking at all of it. And so I made some art and I put it out in the world. And all it was me processing my thoughts, my emotions, my triggers, this is what I felt the moment I came up with the idea, you know? And it was this lesson for myself, and like, I am gonna see this through. How many times have I started, stop, turn direction? No, this project is my heart, and I am gonna see it through. I'm gonna design these, I am gonna stitch them, I am gonna do them, I'm gonna go till it's done. And I have, and it has transformed me, and I have changed my thinking 7 ways to Sunday by doing this process. And so now it's called See Yourself, the Mirror Project, See Yourself. Because doing it made me see myself, and putting it out in the world is going to affect people. And I want them to see themselves in how they react to the art. It's not about what the picture is. It's about what the picture makes you do, makes you think, makes you want to say. I want you to see that and explore yourself. That's why it's called the Mirror Project, See Yourself. It's a 4-step story. If this is happening, and then this is happening, then what if this happens? It could take us to this. It's a progression. But I haven't finished number 4 and put it out there yet to show all 4 of them together. Maybe it'll make more sense to people when I do that, but it's not about other people. Art is never about the receiver. Art is about the artist needing to express themselves outward. Art is somebody's soul saying, I want to be seen. And I was given ideas. I was given images and felt a soul level compelled. What do you call it? Anyway, at the soul level, I was compelled to create them. And I was compelled to see this project through. And I did. There were nights I stitched. I came home from work, stitched 5 hours. He went to bed. I stayed up. I stitched 5 more hours. Like, there were days I worked 8 hours in the store and came home and stitched for 8 hours. Like, it felt so good. Wyatt is thrilled to see me so passionate about something and seeing it through, something from my heart. It's about decisions. Because I clicked into that lane, making that art project, soul focused on that art project, it made other things fall away. It made new things open up. Because I decided this is what I'm about right now. And until this is done, I am not about anything else. I'm about this. This is my priority. Because I made that decision to be single focused on something for me, to see me, to honor me, to be about me. My energy shifted and changed, and different things came to me and other things left. And it was exciting and it felt good, so I kept on that track. And more things kept falling away and more things kept showing up. And it taught me that everything, every word out of your mouth, every thought in your head, everything you do all day, whether you decide to brush your teeth before you go to work, everything has impact on your life, on your experience, on your reality, on what you create in the world. And so once I had that realization, I started only aligning myself with people, places, things, ideas that feel good in me. And I didn't worry about if it made sense to anyone else. And guess what happened? Our roof started to leak. Our house started busting at the seams. We started to get so big, our little trailer couldn't hold who we were anymore. And so we had to get a new one. And I just said, okay, it's coming. Obviously, it must be coming, or this one wouldn't be falling apart if my new one wasn't coming already. I decided that, and I decided that is my reality, and that was the reality I received. I decided that everything is going to go right because it only can go right. This can only be working in my favor, and so it did. And then I decided, what if I applied that to everything else in my life? Because when I did it for my money kind of evened out and became okay. And then it got a little better. And I'm certainly not rich by any means, but a whole bunch of bills went away. And I got a bigger house. And I sold my trailer like that, and I sold my truck like that. Because I decided to stay in this idea that I create my reality, and as long as I continue to bring in what aligns and let go of what doesn't, it can only get better. And so it has only gotten better. And so when someone says to me, you only surround yourself by people who think the same as you, right. But I don't think anyone else is wrong. I just think, oh, they're over there on that track, and I'm over here on this one. And I'm going to stay in my lane, and I'm going to surround myself with people that support this. Because guess what? I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I'm 50 years old, and for the first time in 50 years, I am at peace. I have a deep core peace, happiness, love, respect for myself, the way we all are supposed to, an understanding that I am an amazing human being just like everyone else. That's where I am now because I live this way. And so I decided that I will be the same way about everything happening out in the world. I will decide and stay in this lane that even though all those things are happening out there, they have no bearing on what's happening in here, in my home or in my life. So when I say out in public, masks are unnecessary, masks are not serving you, I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you what I think, what works for me. And I honor and allow you to be over there living a different lane. That's okay. And even when in the future I come out with even more powerful statements about masks, about all these other things happening in our world today, because they're coming. I've been given more images, they're coming. And people are going to be horrified, because they don't live here in this lane of thinking. You get to decide. You choose your reality. You choose the people in your life. That's your choice. If you're unhappy, if someone's making you miserable, it's because you're letting them, because you're okay with them being there. If you weren't, they wouldn't be there. Period. It's down to the language you speak. Every song, there's songs I deleted from my iPod because one line in the song, I listened and went, whoa. There's a love song. I can't think of the name. It's like Truly, Madly, Deeply. I don't think it's that song. It's them. It's a Savage Garden. It's a Savage Garden song. I can't remember which one it is. Beautiful song. It came up the other day with Wyatt, and I said, this is the one I stopped listening to because of that one line. Gorgeous love song. One line in there stood out to me once. It had never stood out before, and it occurred to me that every time I listen to this song, I'm subconsciously programming myself with that line in the background unknowingly. And the line was, tame your wild, wild heart. It was a love song. It was about, you don't need to run around because I'm here and I'll tame your wild, wild heart. But I decided that I don't want that idea of anyone or anything taming my wild, wild heart ever. And so I took the song off and I never listened to it again, ever. Because I don't want that line, one line in a song. To that level, I pay attention to what goes in, what is in my awareness, what is in my understanding, what I understand. When I say someone is programmed, I'm not saying that they sat you in a chair and fed you thoughts and forced you to think a certain way. I'm talking about neuro-linguistic programming. Literally, everything you experience in your surroundings is subliminally programming you all day long. If you wake up and you have certain ideas in your home, they're constantly subliminally programming you all day long. I simply have chosen to take that much control and personal responsibility over my actual existence in this being. And that is how I got here. That is how I keep growing, I keep changing, I keep moving forward. I just don't quit. And I put absolute down to a lyric and a song, a level of attention to what comes in. Sitting here stitching number 4, this is what's going through my head. This is what I just needed to document, because I do enjoy going back and seeing these a year later and go, wow, that's where I was a year ago. And this is where I am today. July 28th, 2020.